I do have to say this, though. The country is closer together now, especially after the last 18 months, 12 months, 14 months.
16.
A lot of months have gone by, all right? It's been not fun for anyone in the world, but you have to take that and run with that feeling over everything else. Would it have been better if we had won? Yes. But you have to look at the positives. A very young side with some very good attacking players, a solid defence, much better than I thought they'd be, much better than you thought they'd be. Pickford pulling out saves, which you probably shouldn't be making, one of your favourite players on the pitch.
Honestly, yes.
And there's a lot to look forward to, but that is hard to see right now.
Very well put.
Thank you. Off the cuff, you know.
I like it. I don't think I've ever felt disappointment like this.
Disappointment, like outright disappointment.
No.
What about when I don't flush the loo after shitting?
It's different. It's different to this. This is a different brand. This really hurts me in my heart. I've been singing this Coming Home.
I haven't.
As a nation, I mean. I've been hearing it.
Yeah.
I see the England flags everywhere.
Not anymore. I can't really blame the performance. I think it was a bit all over the place. But at the end of the day, we drew 1-1 with the team who came to be the best team in the tournament as it was played through. 120 minutes went by. We were the better team in the first half. And we kind of bottled it in the second half with bad tactical decisions, with bad management decisions, and with a lack of character on the pitch. Somehow it just vanished. Yeah,
it did.
When half-time came and went.
I think that second-minute goal, which was a beauty, really did make us feel cocky. And
I don't think it made us feel cocky, but I know what you're saying.
I think rather than cockiness, it made us feel like maybe we could do a little bit less. Like, we pulled back a bit, and we shouldn't have. And it was the wrong move, because one in the bag is not enough.
Once 25 minutes, 30 minutes came into the game, it kind of felt like England backed off completely. Yeah. They didn't bother trying going forward very much at the end of the first half, and Italy kind of dominated that last 10 minutes the first half, and then they won the second half by everyone's consideration.
Yeah, they did.
They did by every single metric, I think. But extra time came, and you thought, maybe, but I wasn't expecting it.
No.
But England hung in. They literally hung in for dear life, and it went to penalties, and penalties are penalties. What can you do? You score a wonder goal, like what happened in the second minute, and it kind of forced you to not push on and try and get the second one. There were a couple of good opportunities for England, but Italy created a lot.
I will say that Sterling was doing the best job he could. It doesn't help that he is smallish compared to these Italian grown men giants compared to him, and he was being cornered by 2-3 players. They were pulling him back. Italy was playing dirty. I'm just going to say it. There were so many yellows. Yeah. There should have been 2 reds, in my view. Yeah. What their captain did to Saka was despicable.
Hey, there was almost a live hanging on the pitch.
No, you can't.
Saka almost got hung by Chiellini. Like, that's ridiculous. You can't be doing that. And then there's a Jorginho tackle.
Yup, with Grealish. Grealish was already on the ground, and he's like, I'm going to come in there. He could have taken...
Studs up, studs on his thigh, almost on his dick.
He could have hurt him in such a major way. And I feel like Grealish clearly was in pain, but Saka should have really been on the floor with what happened. He brushed it off because he's a young guy.
He has integrity. Exactly. He's not going to play it. No. He can get up. That's the same thing Maguire did. Yep. Got hurt and he just got up and didn't do anything with it. The Italians wouldn't do that.
Exactly. It's the thing. Like, if you know your opponents aren't going to be giving you that sort of same consideration, you can't give it to them back. I'm glad that England weren't playing dirty in the same way that the Italians were, because we do have a level of integrity. But if they're going to be rolling about, we need to be rolling about too. Like,
hey, they're playing the game with cheat codes.
Yeah.
All right? You have the ability to play the game the way they're playing it, and you choose not to because of your morals. And I get that, and I agree with that. And I really do probably say you should be doing it the way you're doing it, England. But at the same time, if they're playing a different game, then you're losing out by not playing that game. Had England been doing that through this tournament and done it in this game, it would probably have been a different result. And then we get to Gareth Southgate. I mean, he's not a bad manager, all right? Man management is his key. That's his thing. He's good with the people. The people is in the fans, and the people is in the staff, and the people is in the team and squad themselves. But he is not a good tactical manager. I've said it from the start.
Yeah,
I've said it for years. He's not there. All right? And you have to be fair. I think his decision-making on the substitutions were awful.
Yeah.
Not just the personnel changes, but the timing of the changes. He just doesn't like changing his structure. He doesn't like it. He's terrible with formation changes. He doesn't like to improvise.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it. He's like, this is my structure. I have to stick to it. This is what I'm going to do. This is what we're going to do. Nothing else. Nothing else. You have goal scorers on the bench in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You have players who didn't even play the tournament who could have come on and maybe scored a penalty. I'm not saying they would have. I'm not saying they wouldn't have, but maybe they would have. Maybe they would have changed the outlook of the game if they had been made earlier in the game. Didn't happen. No. And that's because you have a supremely restrictive way of setting up your teams. His decision-making skills are not good. They're terrible, especially when you come to the end. Like Saka coming on in the 60th minute, 70th minute, that was a good decision. Saka didn't play well, but what can you expect? He's 19 on the biggest stage in the world. Yeah. What do you want him to do? I don't blame Saka. I don't blame Saka for missing the last penalty.
No.
I blame Southgate because he shouldn't have been there in the first place taking that penalty. You have Grealish, you have Sterling, you have Shaw. Why is Saka taking that last penalty for you? The penalty that is going to be the one that decides the fate. Stupid.
It's actually a disservice to Saka, I think, because you're putting the nation's wishes, the nation's hope on this 19-year-old's shoulders. And this is a defining moment in his life for now. He is 19, up against these seasoned penalty takers. The last guy who took the penalty for Italy was the 100% guy. That's what.
And he missed. Jorginho missed. And the way you take penalties, you scumbag. Even though Pickford saved it, should be illegal.
But Saka doesn't deserve that. Like,
no.
Why are you not giving those penalties to the people who can do it and who have ability
to, and take them on a regular basis, all right? Grealish takes penalties. Yeah. Sterling has taken penalties. Shaw is good at set pieces.
Yeah.
You have the ability there. What are you doing? And you said the hope of the country.
Yeah.
The appreciation from the country is there for this squad to do it. And I can see this turn very quickly to hate for that last player. And that would have been the case for whoever that last player was. But I feel that is going to be very hard on a 19-year-old kid's shoulders.
Maguire banged it. He broke the camera. It was so good. It was banged right in the corner.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful penalty. He did such a good job. But then Rashford came on, and I actually didn't understand this because I thought to myself, wow, you know what? I haven't heard Rashford's name for most of the tournament. Why is that? It's because he hasn't come on for the whole tournament. You're bringing him on for 1 minute for the final penalties. This guy's been on the bench cold as a spectator for every game, and you're going to be like, come on for me now. What are you doing? Like,
you're not warmed up physically. You're not in the headspace mentally. Nothing is there for you. And that's what I'm saying when you have Gareth Southgate there. He is not there tactically to make the right choices. He made the right man management choices there by bringing on Sancho and by bringing on Rashford. Those were the wrong tactical choices. When you look at it, the two England penalty takers who scored were Kane and Maguire. The two had been on for 120 minutes. The three who missed were subs. Yeah. So I think there's really no other way to look at it. Gareth Southgate made the wrong decision right at the end. This could have been different. I don't know what would have happened if he hadn't made those changes. I don't know. But this could have been different. And I think right now, I'd go with the stick rather than the twist, because we know how the twist turned out.
Yeah. It's very easy to say in hindsight, but even when
It's not hindsight. When Rashford was coming on, I said no. You've played shit all season. I'm sorry. He hasn't played well all season. He's done great stuff outside of the pitch. On the pitch, he has been subpar. Sancho is a player who I think is good, but highly overrated. Saka, I think, is going to be a great player. I've got Saka, 10 out of 10. For this tournament, 9 out of 10, because he played bad in this game. But overall, Saka's been good. Sancho was okay in the game he played in. But Rashford, what are you doing making him come on in this moment? What are you doing? Wrong decision. Wrong decision. And the whole team genuinely played well outside of the subs, I feel.
Yeah.
You take the whole team. Maguire, Stones, Shaw, Walker, Trippier, Rice, Phillips, Kane, Sterling. Everyone played well. Mount played okay, all right? He played okay. But the subs is where that drop-off came. Saka didn't play well today. Grealish played okay. He didn't play badly. I think he had a couple of good moments. Rashford came on and did nothing. Sancho came on and did nothing. Henderson came on and played
It was okay.
Like, that's where the big drop-off was. It was where we had a great first 11 in the team we were playing. We were playing well and cohesively. He made the changes he did, and the team fell apart. The confidence fell apart.
The ref. Look, maybe he thought that I'll give them some like light punishment,
leeway.
but it wasn't deterring them. Like there were yellows everywhere.
For the Italians.
For the Italians.
Yeah.
None of our squad got any.
No, Maguire got one.
Oh, forgive me.
In
right.
like the 115th minute or something.
Right. Yeah, that was right
Yeah.
at the end after so many minutes of play, and he'd been on for the whole time. The ref was he wasn't paying attention to the right things, and when he was paying attention, he was just really blasé about it.
He was letting too many things go. I don't think the ref was biased in his approach. No. I don't think he was biased, but I think he didn't have a good game.
No.
When you look at the game overall, Italy probably just deserved to win it. We got to 1-1. Pickford did as much as he could. He saved 2 penalties. What do you want him to do? Save 5? Save all 5?
He did a good job. Italy, I think, for this match, they were stronger for this match.
Look, you have to look at it like this. England won against every team they should have won against through this tournament. All right? Mm-hmm. They should have beaten every team. Germany, when you get to the round of 16 or last 8, I don't know, they should have beaten them. Ukraine, they should have beaten them. Denmark, they should have beaten them. When we get to the team that, this is actually going to be a really tough challenge, because Germany are rebuilding. They're not at the place they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Italy were the one team where you thought, this is going to be a proper challenge, and I can see us losing here. When we got to that challenge, we didn't show up. And I'm not saying it's the players' fault necessarily. I think it's a mix of the players and the management, and people will say Southgate did an incredible job. He did a good job. He did a good job because we got to the final, all right?
Yeah.
But we didn't win. And everyone is just going to remember Saka missing that penalty, and I'm sorry for that kid, because that is rough. That is rough. And it's going to get put on race somehow. Even whoever that was, it doesn't matter who it was, that person would have got abuse. But because he's black, this is going to turn into a racist issue very quickly, rather than a footballing issue. It's going to turn even more aggressive from the point of view of the media, and it's going to get blown out of proportion.
I think it's not right. Like he is a young kid, and he was put in a very difficult position, and he did the best job that he could. He shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. You know, you have Grealish there. He could have taken a penalty, and it would have been easier for him.
Yeah.
He's not 19.
Yeah.
He's not fresh.
And he's a proven penalty taker.
Yeah.
He takes them for Aston Villa. Sterling takes penalties for City. He has done. Shaw is a good set piece taker. Give him to the people who can do it, who you've seen can do it, who've done it on the big stage.
I understand that maybe Gareth Southgate was like, we should give these guys an opportunity to gain some experience in this manner, but you don't do it in the final.
So as I said, I didn't want to say football was coming home, because there's always that tingle of, what if? And I think I am ready for next year, you know, World Cup. We went to semi-finals, now we went to finals. Maybe next year's going to be the big one, eh? Maybe. Qatar 2022 in the winter. It's going to be a weird one. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, I don't even want to do an outro like this. I'll be honest. We'll see you tomorrow. NarendraTheComic.
India.
Non-sensei. You know how it goes. England, second half were nonsense. She's bringing the nonsense. I'm bringing the bakwas. Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. And we also bring that, as England brought that, as Southgate, Senior Gareth brought that, partially. Today. So see you tomorrow. More quality shitty content. Hopefully more upbeat. BTS Permission to Dance. We got that one. Maybe I won't be in the mood for that, to be honest. Maybe we'll need to be in that mood though to get us out of this funk though.
Maybe.
You know?
That's a good shout.
Cool. See you tomorrow. More of the same. Slightly different. Hopefully different. This is a bit depressing, to be honest.
It really is.
See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.